But the average age of everyone getting to know Bitcoin is already so low that even death cannot intervene here. Hey, what's up? My name is Rishabh Sawant. I'm not a financial advisor. I like talking about stocks and crypto for entertainment. Bitcoin reserves fell to its lowest among all the cryptocurrency exchanges in the past 12 months. This signifies a strong holding sentiment among Bitcoin hodlers. If you look at the news, everyone is expecting Bitcoin to hit new highs at the end of the year. The problem is that when everyone is expecting an equity to go up, it usually goes in the opposite direction. Now, I'm not saying that Bitcoin will go down. All I'm saying is that be prepared to tackle the situation if Bitcoin happens to go down. How do you prepare for a situation like that, you may ask? Well, first, start by keeping some cash aside. Start off with keeping some cash aside to buy the dips. If you had bought during the recent dip back in July, you would have doubled your money by now. Maybe it's time to take some profits at all-time highs to buy the dip in case it goes down. Do what you think is best for you. Sell-offs are inevitable. Are you someone who may crack under the pressure of a sell-off? If you are, then consider selling just a little bit, take some profit, and keep that cash aside. Obviously, it's better to sell high rather than selling low. And contrary to what most people say, selling is not that bad at all. If you have a profit, you're not losing money, but you cannot be out of ammo if Bitcoin falls. Remember that the market can be irrational longer than you can stay solvent. Bitcoin is extremely volatile, but in the long term, it only goes up. So taking some profits to buy again at lower prices will not harm anyone. Every year, there are more and more people getting to know about Bitcoin for the first time. There is kind of like no way that number will get smaller anytime soon. Maybe death due to old age can reduce that number, but the average age of everyone getting to know Bitcoin is already so low that even death cannot intervene here. So last week, Bitcoin rallied because of Bitcoin's Futures ETF approval by the SEC. Cryptocurrency is finally opening up to the masses with the US approval of Bitcoin Futures Exchange Traded Funds. Before moving on, let's understand what Exchange Traded Fund means. An ETF is basically a basket of securities that is sold on an exchange, meaning to say they are like a bunch of stocks put together. For example, the S&P 500 is an ETF of 500 stocks of the top 500 American companies. So instead of buying just one stock, some investors prefer buying like this basket of stocks so as to be exposed to a whole bunch of companies rather than just one company. This reduces their risk if anything terribly goes wrong with one company. ProShares is an American provider of specialized exchange-traded products. ProShares, which filed its Bitcoin Strategy ETF this past summer, is the first to launch it this week. Many Bitcoin holders are expecting that this will move the Bitcoin price higher because the ETF will be buying up Bitcoin. However, that is not true. The ETF will not be buying and holding any Bitcoin. What SEC has done is that they have approved the Bitcoin Futures ETF. ProShare will also be offering Bitcoin Futures ETF. So what is a futures contract? Futures are derivative financial contracts that obligate the parties to transact an asset at a predetermined future date and price. We don't have enough time to explain all that now. I'm going to make a dedicated video explaining what Bitcoin Futures ETF means. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing now. So as of now, all you need to know is that ProShares will not be buying and holding Bitcoin. There will not be a direct increase in demand for Bitcoin. Unfortunately, a lot of Bitcoin holders seem to think otherwise. In the long term, Bitcoin is going past 100k. I have no doubt about that in my mind. But it is likely not happening next week. I'm mentally prepared for a pullback and I have taken some profits to reinvest again at lower prices. What is your plan? Comment down below. So that's it. Thanks for watching and have a great day.